Snowboards are categorized by the type of riding they're designed for. There are three types of snowboards: all-mountain freeride, freestyle, and alpine. As the name suggests, boards that are designated all-mountain freeride boards are built for all types of terrain and all styles of riding. They're the most versatile and recommended type of boards for people who are just getting into snowboarding. An all-mountain freeride board is characterized by its shape from the tail to the nose. The nose of the board is slightly longer and wider than the tail of the board, creating a directional shape that is built for stability and control for high-speed carved turns. The shorter tail and longer nose also allow the board to maximize flotation in powder. Less surface area in the tail section and more toward the nose keeps the board on top of the snow. These are the true go anywhere, do anything types of boards. Freestyle boards have a twin shape, which means the nose and the tail are the same length and width. This allows the rider to transition and ride in both directions without losing control or stability when performing a trick on the snow or landing a jump in the opposite direction from which they took off. This is called riding switch, and to do it effectively, you'll want a twin-shaped freestyle board. They're more flexible and have slightly less side cut than a directional board. This makes them more stable at slower speeds for when you're setting up an approach to a handrail or other park feature. And the softer flex not only absorbs the shock from jumping onto rails, but it allows the rider to tweak or press their board on the rail for more style. Alpine snowboards are built for speed, power, and control. They require special bindings and boots that are significantly different from freeride and freestyle boards. Alpine boards are directional boards with an obvious nose and tail. The side cut is generous and the flex is stiff with a pronounced camber. This allows the rider to compress or power the board in and out of each turn while holding their edges even at high speeds. Next, you'll want to choose the right length of snowboard for the type of riding that you're going to be doing and also for your skill level. Industry standard is to choose a board that's about as tall as your chin. So take a measurement in centimeters from the floor to your chin. All manufacturers list their board lengths in centimeters, so it's pretty easy to make the connection. For all mountain freeride boards, you may want to add up to 3 centimeters. As you add length, you increase stability, and the extra surface area is great for riding in powder. And frankly, who doesn't want to be riding in powder? Freestyle boards, you can size down 1 to 3 centimeters. Shorter boards are more maneuverable, but as you shorten your board length, you give up stability and control, and they're not recommended for riding in powder. Board width is a major consideration for big-footed riders. Having toes and heels that hang over the edge of your board can be a literal drag, but manufacturers are now making mid-wide and wide boards to compensate. If you have a boot measurement of US men's size 10 or larger, then go with a mid-wide or wide board. Women should buy women-specific boards. They're constructed with the lady rider in mind, and because men and women have slightly different centers of mass and leg strength, women-specific boards maximize the rider's movements and transfers the energy for a better pop and maneuverability. You know what I'm looking for when I'm riding? Pop. In the past 5 years, another advancement in snowboard technology and design has been the introduction of rocker, or reverse camber. Before reverse camber mania struck, boards only had traditional camber, which is a mellow convex rise from the contact points at the tip and tail inward with an apex at the midpoint. A rider's edge hold and pop derive from the pressure exerted and expelled when camber is flexed under a rider's weight. This downward pressure, or the flattening of camber, initiates lively turns and provides continuous edge contact with the snow. Rocker is a subtle concave or arcing profile that curves upward. Essentially, it's the opposite of camber. Rocker and reverse camber boards are best for powder float, presses, and a forgiving ride. The design essentially reduces pressure at the contact points by bringing it inward and closer to your feet. A whole slew of boards employ some combination of camber and reverse camber throughout the length of the board. Such blends utilize the best qualities of each design and implement them to create a more encompassing and versatile ride.